Shout out my live white guy. Bella soca beat from your head, man. Freestyle.
Donate to our PayPal and also join our Patreon. Become the apprentice.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a sound to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. A pure Livewire. It tough, you know.
Welcome back to another Livewire Mix Cafe. You know how we're gonna do it every time. And I want to shout out to all the fans here. I'm your mixing engineer, producer, Mr. International himself, Andrew Rayburn. And we're going to talk about making a soca from your head, man. Sometimes people struggle sometimes, you know, with, they're lacking vibes, get inspiration, and how can you make an idea from your head sounds presentable and sounds on par. So we're not going to take too long here. We're going to jump right into it here. So as you can see, I have a working with a blank slate. I already have some elements that I want to use. So we're going to go into this keyboard here. Now remember, guys, you can hit me up on my YouTube channel. You can also donate to my PayPal if you want to. You can join my Patreon, become the apprentice. Where you pay $10 a month, you're going to get advanced mixing videos from time to time, so you can learn how to mix and master like the pros. And if you want to get that vibe, like Destra, Farmer Nappy, Patrice, mixing a pro soca in the box, buy for $30. You get the 3-part series here: track and arrangement routing, mixing instrumentals and vocals, mastering for iTunes and Spotify, so you can get your tracks on that top level. $30, man. And hey, if you want to pick up the Soca Drumline, it's available right now for $40. Custom built by me, and we're going to be showcasing that today on this tutorial here. So let's get into it here. So typical thing here when it comes to building beats, look for inspiration. Stop trying to tell yourself horn section on piano. Pick something that sounds good, but that has the pulse and swing that can work in Caribbean music. So I'm using this one here. I'm gonna go on. So if I switch to my keyboards here, I can go ahead and play the. I can do. So I'm starting from the A major, going to B major, C sharp minor, and back to the E major here. So what makes the difference here is the way I play here. So rather than just playing chords like, I'm playing these 3 notes here, so I'm bouncing that. Let's lay that down and put that in a sequence here. So I'm going to go on my metronome here. I'm going to lay down the tracks. Here we go. Let's go back. I'm gonna lay that down again. Do a little bit of rehearsal play here. Go back here. I'm gonna play with metronome. I'm gonna play it a couple of times. me play it back. Let's see what we got. There's a little bit of hiccup there, but we're gonna fix that. Let's go back here. I'm gonna just delete that part. We're gonna use this part here. So I'm gonna snap this to the grid here. Play this back. Now, in case you run into trouble with when you see this gap here, it means you have to trim the end so it snaps perfectly. And play back. So I'm gonna loop that and turn it into a loop one time, right? So I'm gonna see if it perfectly loops back. Go over here. Okay. I don't know why I'm adding that to the track. Let me take that off. So now, what I want to do typically with with a synthesizer sound, I want to add atmosphere to it one time. So we're gonna go in here. I'm using the UAD Lexicon 224 just to spread some vibes to it. So it's acting like a delay, right? I'm gonna name this one here. So I'm gonna load up the Soca drum labs here. Remember, you can pick this up, $40, guys. I'm gonna go find a kick. I'm gonna use. Let's go ahead and turn the switch on. I can heat it up, or I can use a preamp. Maybe right about there. I'm gonna go back here. I just need to hit that kick about 4 times. I'm gonna go here and play that back. I'm gonna loop that. So I'm gonna trim the end as well because it's not it's snapping. I'll go here. So I'm laying down the rhythm section, so I want the kick to be strong one time. So I'm gonna pull up my SSL channel strip here. While you're catching the vibe, making stuff out of your head, sometimes you hear a melody from a song and like, okay, we could play with a melody. You want to make sure it's nice and beefy already. So I'm gonna go and boost a little bit of frequency here. Let's put that kick to the front here. You're right about there. So at least I have like a pulse going. Add a little bit of compression here. Okay, so now we're going into the next phase here. I'm gonna pull in another copy, same Soca Drum Labs, and we're gonna add some hi hats to it. This is amazing Soca tool, guys. Make sure you. I'm just gonna freestyle some hi hat movements here. So here we go. Play it. Now, the reason why I'm doing that little bit of pause, I'm going to be doing a step recording in between, right? Let's mess around with that. I'm going to double click in here. And I'm going to make sure I'm on that screen here. So I'm going to go right here. So right about this gap here, I'm going to take my time, and I want to just fill in the notes in the middle, so that it can get me a little bit of swing, a little bit of swing vibes to it. I'm just going with the vibes here. So we'll go up here. We're going to engage step recording here. I'm going to turn that on. You can see the red button comes on. And I'm going to turn on automatic quantize selection notes. And I'm going to maybe bump it up to 30 second note. I'm going to hit the keys here one by one. And as you can see, I want to play back. Back. I can go in here. I can hit the key again. Let's fill it in. It's getting filled in here. Let's go back. Let's fill in this section here. I'm going to go back to 16th note right in this section here. I'm going to hit the key. Maybe right about there. And probably I'm going to loop that section there. I'm going to come out of this now. I'm going to go back here. So I can use that bar alone for a creative hi-hats performance here. The one here went a little bit loud. Let's see if I can take down the velocity right here, so it doesn't just burst out in our ears, right? I'm going to highlight all three notes. I'm going to bring it down a little bit, play back. Not much better. These two here, I want to bring this down a little bit, about there. And I can loop that, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to put it to the front, so it goes right into the loop of the track. Now, I want this, the sound to get a little bit more clearer here. So I'm going to use a stock EQ. I'm going to boost the top end here. Now it's starting to sound like a record, right? So I'm just doing a little bit of clarity I'm pushing there. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and pull in. Let's secure that tom. That's we gotta put that tom into. let's rehearse with it. I'm gonna use the heat, switch on the heat, bring it up. So I'm gonna play both these notes together to give me a vibe here. And let's lay that down one time. I'm gonna go ahead. My metronome. Once again, we're not getting that snap on time, so easy solution for that. We'll go right here, trim it on the front. As you can see, we need a little bit more heat. Let's turn up the heat here. Stereo. I'm gonna still need some compression on that, so I'll pull up my trusty SSL here again. I want a little bit of punch to it, so I can feel that toms. Right, we're using minimal sounds, but we want a big effect. Right away, what I want to do is I want to take out a little bit of resonance. I'm feeling a little bit of that wood chipping sound, a little bit resonance that I might not like. Sometimes in different genres it can work, different soca beats, but I'm hearing it right now. So So we have our tom set here with the track. Now we're gonna go on the. Let's get on the drum side of things here. So I'm gonna pull that in. Let's go ahead and pull in the drums. Feel free to pick up this soca set, man. It's a killer. Let's rehearse. I'm going to turn up the heat here. Turn that heat up. And I'm going to try a different snare drum to see what... I'll play real time and see how it sounds. Heat up a little more. Okay, we might need to, get the snare a little bit beefy here, so I'm gonna go and try SSL 9000 here, plug-in alliance. I'm gonna turn off pre. I want the EQ before the amp. I'm gonna raise the compressor as well, filter ratio. Now the snare is sounding a little bit punchy to me. I'm gonna randomize the channel here on the THD so we can get a little bit more stereo analog here. Let's lay that down. Here we go. Let's try all of them since we boosted the bass on the snare drum. I'm gonna see which one works. Go back. I like that one. Let's play that one. I'm gonna play it down. Here we go. Play back. Here we go. Now with these kind of acoustic snare drums, you want to be very careful with the clarity. You don't want it to sound too bright, right? You want to make sure the snare drums is living up to its cause. So I'm gonna boost a little bit the top of it. Right about there. So thank you much for the subscribe. Endless, thank you so much for subscribing. Hey, we appreciate it. So I've nailed down the snare drum here. Now I want to feel right. I'm trying to create a nice. We want these drums to sound nice and modern. Obviously, you buy my drum kit. You get it. Before I start to go back into the different synthesizers, I want to make sure I have the rhythm to support me now. The drum is sound very sturdy and strong, so I'm laying down that foundation. Let's take a little bit further. I'm gonna keep loading up Soca Drum Labs, man, because that's what it is. So we're gonna try some percussion here. Remember, you want that percussion feel as well. We can either use that one. Let me turn on the switch. Turn up the heat. Let's try a combination of both of these. I'm gonna play the track rehearse. Lay down some of that cowbell. I think it's a little bit smooth, but a nice blend. So I'm gonna go back. Here we go. And I'm gonna go back, play back. Here we go. If we want, we can stretch that, add a little bit more groove to the percussion line here. I'm going to show you a trick. So I'm going to name this cowbell, right? I'm going to load up another Soca Drum Labs here. All the ingredients, man, right in the Soca Drum Labs. see what we can use. Let's see how that sounds. So we can try this. I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna play this like a timbali. Although I have the timbali library here. I'm gonna lay this down. There we go. I'm just gonna play that part right there. Okay. Remember, always support, subscribe, share, guys, because this is the only channel that's breaking it down when it comes to Soca Blueprint, man. We go straight on the skeleton. Stuff that other studios will not teach you, we're breaking it down because we love Soca. We share it to the world. Now, I want this to sound a little bit more humanized. So I'm going to go to my quantize here, and I'm going to go on the swing. Let's push that to maybe 21%. I'm going to go hit quantize, and I'm going to play it back. Let's see if we got a humanized sound to it. Has a little more swing to it. Let's loop that. We might not need that, right? I'm just showing you. That's right. Duplicate that a little bit more. Let's go ahead. Bring it down a little bit. Just barely at the back here. So while we're doing that, we're going to start to work on our workstations now, our synthesizer sounds here. So let's see what we got here. Now, since we lay down the foundational chords, which is the A major, B major, C sharp minor, and back to the E chord, we're going to play around with some sounds. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to play this. Let's go back to this one. I'm going to bring this one down a little bit here. Bring down the volume a little bit. Rehearse. So what am I doing at this point, Ray? I'm taking the keys and I'm rehearsing what could potentially be a melody here. So I like that part. So let's try that. Wake it up a little bit here. So I'm going to go back. Rehearse again. I'm going to bring it down a little bit here. I'm going to lay it down. Let's go back. Here we go. 2, 3. Back, here we go. And then we're going to come in with that extra lead. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'm going to push that through the lexicon as well. And I'll go back. Let's add some delay on it. I think we need a little bit of delay. Let's see what we got here. I'm using an H delay here. Let's crank up the feedback here. I'm already seeing that I'm needing, let's add a little bit of compression to hold down the sound because it's a very bright lead sound. So I'm gonna play the key. I'm gonna engage a compressor here. Let's go into the workstation itself. I'm gonna see how this sounds. I'm gonna double click. See, we got a wave station here. Let's go down to feedback. So we have like a stereo delay thing happening here. I'm gonna pull down. Let's see. Change the milliseconds here. I'm gonna pull it down for both. Now I'm gonna push that through a throw delay. Let's pull that back in. I'm gonna increase these. Bring out the top end for the delay here. Let's drench in a little bit more in the reverb. I'm gonna push the reverb out. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting that sound just now. Let's go back on the. Okay. Let's go back here. I'm gonna need a bigger reverb on that. I'm gonna load up a next reverb. I'm gonna try pull the same Lexicon 224. We're gonna add another texture of. So I'm separating these sounds now. I'm gonna give it a big scape sound. This is what modern soca is about. Let's try large hall preset. I'm gonna start off with that. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna push up the mid. Now, make sure, guys, you're choosing the right bus. I did the wrong one just now, so my bad. I'm still on the reverb. I'm going to go on plate so I can hear what's going on now on plate. Push that. Let's push that a little bit more in the mid. Let's push the depth. Now let's bring the track back. Here we go. So you want to experiment with single notes when it comes to create a little bit of pulse. So playing stuff like, all we can do just a little single notation you want to do, right? So go back here. We're gonna freestyle that. So just little notes and play it back. I'm gonna go ahead and add a limiter on that hi-hats because I think it's getting a slight little tad, a little bit too loud. Let's play back. Now you see as the rhythm grows, it's compelling me now to push a little bit more highs in this. I'm going to bring this part down a little bit here. I'm going to push that, and let's try and push that in the plate, see what we got. Now we're going to get to a little bit of drum rolls to ensure we have a good steady section for the soca beat. Black Star Line, thank you so much for joining in. Hail up the king. Big up yourself every time. You know how we do it, man. The Dan Dadas of soca. So, yeah, I'm going to go in back to my soca drum labs here, and I'm going to turn the heat up, turn the heat, that heat button right there. We're going to add a challenge trip. We're going to fatten up this drum and try to make it sound like a live drums. I'm going to go to SSL again. I'm going to pull up my 4000 here. I like this, not sound shape, but sound sculpt to make sure these instruments sounds strong. This is how you impress artists, when you keep your rhythm section strong. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to hit that drum, and I'm going to go to the low range. I'm going to give it a little bit of snap with the compressor here. Let's push that. Let's create a live drum room here. I'm going to use the same Lexicon 224. Let's go to, this is my bus here. I'm going to load it. Lexicon 224. And I'm going to go to... There's some presets here as well for that. I heard a Japanese sound. Black Star Liner became a subscriber. Thank you so much, bro. Big up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Producers Village. Yes, thank you so much for joining my Patreon. I appreciate that. Black Star Liner. Big up self. So check this out. I want to create a live drum. I want to not trick the audience, but hey, this is 2025, and gone are the days where people got to be bringing in bands in the studio to do live calypso music. There's powerful plugins that we can use now, and we can recreate that live feel. I'm gonna be doing some more live with actual artists that I work with. For example, once I get that go ahead and that go through, there's an artist by the name of Nadine Ned here. Valine, sorry. Valine Ned. This artist right here. I'm going to play this song here. This artist right here, working on a track. I'm mixing a track for her. Well, the track is already finished. So if we get to go ahead to use the song as one of our tutorials, I'll be sure to show you how we break down Valine's voice and how we mix her vocals in. Give you some real in-depth how we deal with these artists, because that's what we do. I mix for international artists, and we teach content as well, so we can grow and learn together. So I want a live drum room, right? So I'm going to go on drums here, and we're going to go on, let's go on, let's go back. Actually, I want the room, right? So I'm going to go, X this out. Go on room, and there's one that says live room. Okay, so you can see Lexicon automatically snap to the controls. It's pulling down some mid-range, the bass, so I'm getting less reverb. It's pushing up the pre-delay and a little bit of depth. Let's see what that sounds like when I pass the snare drum through it here. So I'm gonna go to my bus. I'm gonna send. Here we go. So here I'm gonna play the drums. Sound like a live drum room, right? I'm gonna back off a little bit on that room. Let's try and get that drum roll out of it. So I'm gonna play the track. We're gonna practice. Wait for the opportune moment. Let's see what we got here and play back. Now we need a crash. So that roll is going to work right at that bar here. Let's play it back. Let's add a crash just to give it a little bit of live here. So I'm going to pull up my contact here. And now I didn't put a crash in my soca drum labs because I don't want to say crash are overrated, but there's a million samples out there, guys. I'm just gonna use a random crash from my drum samples here. I'm just going cymbals. Let's try that one there. I'm gonna bring this down. That's only going to happen once in that part. I mean, it's a small arrangement because for the tutorial teaching, right? So I'm gonna name it crash. I'm gonna pull down a slider. So here we go. I'm gonna play. Play. Let's bring it back. Play back. Here we go. Now our snare drum needs a little bit of clarity, so I'm gonna go ahead and boost that. I'm gonna boost that 10K a little bit. Here we go. Let's go back. Now I'm gonna copy the same room settings from the snare drum to the crash because I want it to sound a little bit live. So it's going to the Lexicon 224. Let's push that room a little bit more on that snare drum. Play back. Here we go. Now this is where we can pretty things up, right? So I'm gonna go down to, we're gonna make some bass here. Let me go ahead and try. I'm gonna see here. Maybe we can try the wave station. No, let's try the. Can we try the M1? Let's try the M1 bass. The beauty of mixing, man, it doesn't require you to you can take some retro sounds and still make it modern and big. So yeah, let's get to it. So I'm gonna go to an M1 here. I'm gonna go to program. I'm gonna browser. I'm gonna go on a bass. I'm just gonna select a bass here. Doesn't sound too bad. Since this is a groovy kind of soca vibe, I'm gonna try something with that bass. First of all, I'm gonna rehearse it, see what the strength is, then we're gonna work on the bass. So the bass needs a little bit of help. Have no fear. That's where the Helios comes in, the UAD. We're gonna amp up this bass here. So I'm gonna switch on to, I'm gonna switch to mic mode here because I want stronger low end. Do a little rehearse. Go higher. Let's rehearse. Here we go. I can do two things with this bass. I can either run from the top, doom, 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 or I can do bum, bum, bass. Yeah, I can use that one. Da, 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 bum, bum. I can use that, or I can use the. Let's rehearse. Go back. Here we go. Play it back. Here we go. I'm gonna fix that part right there. I'm gonna play it back. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna loop that back. We don't want to play too much articulated notes. I'm gonna fix the middle, the front note. Here we go. Play back. Now I'm hearing a couple of things here we need to clear up on the bass on the bottom, and this is what kind of have a lot of producers struggling. We got to take care of the low end of the bass bounce. It has to be bounced out, else we're going to be facing some serious trouble here. We got some preset frequencies to mess with here. But let's see what we got here. I'm gonna go down to take down a little bit of 3. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna play it with just the bass and the drums. Here we go. So what we got to do in this case, we got to go, we got to get some, hit some more lower frequencies. Let's use the SSL 4000, and let's look for. Actually, let's use a digital EQ. I'm gonna use a stock EQ. I'm gonna find that little note that's poking out here. I'm gonna find that note. Right about there. going to smooth that out a little bit more. So I'm going to pull in some of the lower mid frequencies. I'm going to take down the velocity of that note. We'll go right in here. The solo, the right about here. Take that down a bit. We gotta find that note. That bomb bomb. Right about there. Okay. Bring it down. About 49. Let's see how it sounds with a kick. Now, since we took out that low end, let's see if we can add our own low end in. We can start from 60 on the preamp. We're going to see if that gives us anything. Here we go. Okay, so we need to use we're going to use a SSL to try some other frequencies. So I'm going to start with maybe about maybe 55. Let's see what we got. Let's go up. I'm going to add a compressor so we can control the bass. Push that low a little bit more. About there, take that note out. This is where we might need to layer another snare drum on top of that. So I'm going to pull in contact here. We're going to search for another snare drum here. Let's try this one here. See what we got. It has a retro vibe to it, so I'm going to mix that in with that. I'll go back. Here we go. Play back. Here we go. I think we need to add a little bit more reverb on the main pulse, but you can see we already created a nice solid beat here, man. It's already on that 90% finish, you know. Now we need a little bit of keys action here. Um, let's try a little bit of Anna here. Now the keys is gonna glue the entire track together. Could you have used stock effects from Studio One instead of third-party VSTs? Yes, actually, yeah, yeah. I did a video back. I believe it's Soca from stock. I'll make sure you check that out. Um, well, yes, you can use. What am I looking for? Keys, right? Um, let's try present. Let's try what my brother is saying here. He's saying use stock plugins. Now the thing with Studio One, it comes with a decent amount of sound. Let's try presence here. See what we got in presence. But it's not a whole lot of sounds, right? So hence, many producers, including people like Advocate, Precision, all these big soca studios, they tend to use EDM VST machines, Anna, Dune, Korg, Nexus, because the EDM, that is the modern tone. They have a lot of flux, a lot of flexibility. You can even make your own sounds rather than the classic. The reason why I keep some of the classics as well, because I can make some of these retro stuff sound good. So let's look underneath artist instruments here. We're gonna go on the keyboards. I want to find something that's more like a keys sound. Let's see if we can make that happen. I'm not gonna try. I don't want electric piano. I don't want stuff like these, right? I don't want to use these here. Now these sounds okay, the electric piano. But it's kind of old-fashioned for soca music. So what I want to be looking for is underneath the synths category here. So I'm going to go here and see if we can find like a keys kind of sound with synths here. Let's go through the list here. Try this one here. I'm gonna come back to that sound. I just want to see what else Presence is packing here. It's brass. Now, once you're finding you're taking too long, go back to the first sound that you found in the first place. So I'm gonna keep going back. So I'm gonna use that classic synth there, but we're gonna add some more texture to it here. It's bone dry. I'm gonna put that in the reverb. And just for the sake of it, let's see if we can add that to a live room as well. And I'm gonna experiment as well. I'm gonna pull up the GTR Stomp Box 6. Give it an organic sound, right? So we're taking stock sound, but we're turning it into something else. Let's see how that sound. Play back. Here we go. I'm gonna cycle through the different presets here. Doesn't sound bad at all. Let's lay that down. I like that distortion grid. Here we go. Let's go back. Start it again. Start it again. I gotta start right on point. Now I'm going to adjust the distortion here. That's what we got. I'm gonna take off the distortion and see how it sounds with the wah pedal. A little too. Take that note off at the back here. Let's take that down a little bit here. That we're gonna pull that down a little bit. Now, if I want to, I can take out this part right here and mute that just after the drum roll. Here we go. I can do that. We're gonna leave it in though. Let's leave it in. Here we go. Now, I'm hearing some frequency because we're distorting the pad sound. We've managed to allow it to sound organic, but we're going to take out a little bit of that mid-range that wah is causing there. So, because I want it to sound like a sci-fi pad. Right about there. With the wah. Now we can freestyle this main synth right here. I know this one is playing. We can change it up, right? I'm gonna loop that part. We can do that. Now, what tops off a rhythm to make sure the chorus part is definitely separated from the verse is adding an open hats. I can go ahead. Let's go back into the M1 here. And I'm going to select a standard kit. I'm going to go here to so maybe standard kit. I'm going to go. So that kind of opens up the whole vibe of using open hats. That right there. That's an open hat right there. Let's play back. So I'm going to play that open hats just for the chorus part. Here we go. I'm going to play back. And I need a little bit of brightness to it. This is what I love about UAD. Let me try the SSL E channel from UAD. And we're going to add a little bit of top end. Let's go to the 10K range. I'm going to engage the EQ section here and open up that open hats, right? So let's go. Back again, here we go. I'm gonna put that in the room as well to give it a little bit of live feel. You see how this part right here, the iron, it's being humanized. It's giving me a nice swing to it, so it adds to the whole vibe. Maybe I can brighten that just a little tad. Let's use the UAD. Maybe go a little bit of 10. Let's see how it sounds. Maybe right about there. Although the sound is gonna be soft in the back, it still has clarity. It still has some function to it. And I'm liking what that bass is doing. Doot 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 doot. So to top that off, to top that off, right, I'm going to be throwing a little bit of BX Digital on this thing here. Give it a little bit of widespread, give it a little more record sound. very important you check the WLM, the loudness of your track. Bring that pad down a little bit. And you have a full-fledged, full-on rhythm right there, man. 5 in the EQ and compressor. I mean the EQs and compressor delays. Could you have used the stock effects? Oh, stock effects to the one instead of third party. Yes. Yes, you most certainly can. Now, I'm going to tell you the difference about that. Thank you for that question, DJ Handsome. Thank you for that question here. The reason why I use to answer your question here, when it comes to stock effects, you can't use them. Some of the analog one has like a flavor to it. For example, let's say we wanted to create a drum room with a stock a reverb. We can most certainly do that. I'm going to show you a quick formula for that. I'm going to isolate just the drums here. Let's bust these drums out, right? So I can control everything in one, in one field. So I'm going to go hats. Now, let's see. The stuff I wanted to get into reverb. I'm going to send the snare and the toms. Let's send the snare and the toms to a bus. Here, I'm going to add a bus. Actually, I have a bus already. I'm going to send it to drums, right? So, the snare and the toms. Now, none of these sounds has the office sound, the studio sound. I've put the live drum with the lexicon to the what did I put it on? I think I put it on the crash. So the toms, we don't have that. So I'm gonna create a bus just to demonstrate to you guys. You can use that, which is giving me an idea to use maybe on the next live. What I can do is do a mix process with just stock plugs. I've done it years ago. Maybe I need to do it back. The reason why I invest in like stuff like UAD waves and that whole thing, because these analog plugins actually gives the signal a little bit more color. Some of them you can boost a little bit more high end or a little bit low end and still sound natural without overkill. That's why it's different from stock. Stock EQ and a compressor, they're gonna give you control punch and that whole thing, but it has no color. Sometimes you might want that, so you can still get away with a clean mix, loud mix, but it's not going to be as, I mean, it's going to sound professional, but it's analog. Analog plugins give a little bit more tang on that, taste, on that. So, but let's demonstrate with the reverb. So I'm going to use, we're going to use this bus that we create. I'm going to call this stock reverb. So let's go on insert here. And I'm going to go into my vendor mode because I want only PreSonus plugins. I'm going to go on PreSonus. And we're going to go on reverb, right? We're going to look for reverb. Oops, push the button there. Let's go back. So we're looking for reverbs. Room verb, right? So we have the room verb here. And you got to understand your plugins. I've done many videos of how to understand the controls of reverb, so you can literally know how to work, whether it be analog or digital. So we have the typical stuff you have here, length milliseconds here, which controls the delay time. We have the dampness. So I'm gonna turn up the width, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit height. And right now it's set it's set to a large hall. Let me go on room, and I'm gonna send just the toms and snare. Let's see, I'm gonna send the snare to this stock reverb. I'm gonna make sure I'm hearing that. That's going through stock reverb. Okay. So let me adjust the controls. I want to take down the length of the reverb, the tail. And let's adjust the size. Dampness. Let's try to what's it called? Reflexity. The higher I turn the size up, it's gonna sound more of a delay. Wide. Now let's push. So it takes a little bit of tweaking here. Now, let's add the toms to it. I'm gonna go down to stock. Take down length a little bit. Now it might sound a little bit, grungy by itself, but let's bring it in the track. Now see what we got. Here we go. Let's play just the drum kit, see how that sounds. I'm gonna exaggerate the sense. So I can hear that stock reverb on that room. And of course, you can use the stock plugins for mastering, of course. Let's go, before we cut the live here, we can go on the, let's grab a compressor. This is fat channel. We're just going to grab this compressor right here. Which, by the way, is a very good compressor. We have the attack, release, threshold, ratio, knee. I'm sure you guys know what the knee is. If you're not sure, it's basically introducing the level of compression that's going to be pushed in. You softly knead it in. You're pushing it in on the signal source. So we're going to make an adjustments to that real quick. So we got a rough mix here. So let me go here. So let's play the track. First of all, I'm going to do some tweaking here. I'm just going to go, let's try 2-to-1, which is give us gradual compression. I'm going to leave the knee where it is, and I'm going to adjust the release and the attack time. Pull the threshold down. Now that's a little bit too compressed. I'm going to back off on the threshold. Actually, back off on the attack. The attack softens up the signal or let it fly through. Right? Of course, I want to do the side chain here because I don't want the low end to be squashed. I'm going to go past maybe 50, 60 so the compressor ignores that area and more focus on the top mid-range. So this is before, after. If I go too far, too compressed, right? So if I was to use this compressor on a, let's say this is actually a project for an artist. Let's back off on the ratio a little bit. I think it's a little bit too aggressive. A little bit. Try 1 to 5. You want to maintain punch, right? So even when you're using compressors, you want to control and maintain punch. You don't want it to be squashed. I'm getting just a little touch of dB on that compression. So, like I said, you can big up DJ Easy. Thank you so much for joining in. You can use stock plugins and effects to create good sound. It's going to take you a little bit more time because these are clean effects. There's no texture, no tube inside these signals. So you're going to get, there's a time for when you want to use that. 90% of my mixes I use the Pro Q from Presence because, in Studio One because sometimes I just want a clean EQ and none of the analog stuff on certain sounds. I'll do 90% of the time. I am going to use analog stuff. I've learned of the professional mixing with the SSLs and this whole thing, but I've learned how to translate these things to digital stock plugins. So you can know when a plugin is good when you get used to analog plugins and stock plugins. The Pro Q is a very good clean EQ. I love it. Like what I was demonstrating earlier, I was using the Pro Q in most of these sounds as well, along with the preamp from the plugins. But I'm not going to get in that talk about. Y'all know what analog plugs do. Y'all know what preamp do in terms of heating up that sound, give it a natural sound, give it warm. So, but yeah, practice, my brother. And you can use stock VSTs, stock effects. I'm going to do a video just on that and get the best out of it that we can push. No analog plugs, stock plugs, and stock effects. But thank you so much for joining in the live. It's been fun when it comes to Soca Bounce on Live Wire here. So we're going to catch you guys on the next one. And I'm going to say peace out every time.
dancehall, soca, reggae, and Afro beats. Donate to our PayPal and also join our Patreon. Become the apprentice.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a sound to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. Up your Livewire. It tough, you know.